Government cheese, government cheese, government cheese, government cheese. Hey everyone, greetings from Middle America. You're listening to our first episode of the Government Cheese Podcast, sponsored by absolutely no one. So please hit that like, share, subscribe button and pass the word to family, friends, and anyone that could use a good laugh. Please do not, and I repeat, do not inscribe our podcast name on the bathroom stalls of truck stops because that's going to turn into an absolute shit show. And as I mentioned, we are sponsored by absolutely no
No
fucking buddy.
one.
That's right. That's right. So if you'd like to sponsor our podcast, you can email us at GVMC. That's Government Victor Michael Cheese, GVMC.podcast@gmail.com. Let's write that again for everyone.
Who can write?
That's right, everybody who can write. So GVMC.podcast@gmail.com. GVMC.podcast@gmail.com. So to start this wonderful adventure off, my name is Mark, and I'm the youngest of our brood, doing this podcast with my sister Kathy, the oldest sibling of the family. Kathy, say hello.
Hello. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you
Ooh, daddy.
doing?
That's right. That's right. So if you found this by reading the description and you're scrolling around, it's absolutely awesome of you to do so, and we're glad
Thank
uh,
you.
that you could to come check us out, and you're able to read. And if someone sent you this link and you're like, "What in the good God hell is this?" Good God is used. What's one of our mother's
Good
uh,
God.
that's right. That's right. One of her famous sayings. She is since passed away and up in that great double wide up in the sky,
Up in the
looking
sky.
looking down upon her wonderful children doing
Drinking
crazy,
her Miller Lite.
drinking her Miller Lite. She loved her Miller Lite. So but yeah, she always used to say, "Good God." So you don't know what this podcast is about, to kind of give you a summary of what the description is, I'll just read it to you. So basically, two siblings, one big broke ass childhood, endless laughs, and that's who we are, the Government Cheese Podcast. We're two siblings who grew up poor as hell, to swap raw, unfiltered, and hilarious stories from the trenches of childhood, hustle through life, and all the while wild WTF or what the fuck moments the world throws your way. So, from powdered milk and food stamps to
Yeah,
grown up chaos, we keep it brutally honest and
brutally.
ridiculously funny. Um, so if you got little ones in the car or in the earbuds, just you may want to just give them a heads up. This
Because
might
they're
not
going
be
to
for
learn some
them.
new language today.
Yeah, they sure will. So it's real talk with love, heart, hood wisdom, and a whole lot of laughs. And if you survive the struggle or just want to laugh like you did, this podcast is definitely for you. So again, welcome to our podcast, Kathy. What the hell's going on? How are you, girl?
Well, let me tell you a real short story here. My granddaughters were trying to do cartwheels, and I said, "Oh man, I used to be able to do cartwheel back in the day." So my oldest daughter goes, "Okay, mom, sure. Like you could really do a cartwheel, sure." So what do my dumbass does? My dumbass tries to attempt a cartwheel at 63 years old. Okay, did you
Oh
hear that,
shit.
folks? 60 effing 3. Okay. So here I go. I chuck off my shoes, go into my stance, bang, hit the floor, sprained my ankle, ended up in the emergency, no, not in the emergency room, urgent care. And they said,
Urgent
"Okay, you're
care.
fine." And the nurse said, "Well, what did you do, honey?" And I said, "I tried to do a cartwheel." And she just started laughing. So then they did an x-ray and 1, 2, 3, I'm good as go. Just sprained my ankle and no more cartwheels.
So, so, so for those people who aren't listening, aren't seeing us, just so you know, there's an old fashioned term called big boned didness, and our family is we're big boned did,
We're
and
not small.
not small. And so what our mom also used to say about us and is that we're good little leaders, and we can throw it down. So imagine some big boned but beautiful 63-year-old sister trying to do a fucking cartwheel to show off in front of her grandkids. I'm trying to
And
put this in my mind, Kathy. Like, how did this go down? Were you standing up against a wall? Was this in the middle of the living room?
no,
What was
no,
going
where
on?
I was, they had done a show. They did a little dance recital, and my dumbass is in the middle of the cafeteria doing a cartwheel. It's fun.
So it wasn't even at home. It was in the middle of a.
No, and then I laid on the ground for a while and just started laughing. No one, not one of my damn children helped me up.
Oh,
Nobody.
oh shit.
Got my fat
Oh,
ass up and said, I'm going to the urgent care.
so you're arriving at urgent care. So is there anybody next to you? Are
Oh
they?
no. No, I'm
There's
on my
nobody in there.
own.
You don't have any meth heads in there. You're good to
No, no
go.
methods. No, just a trucker, and he had sounded like he was near death. Uh, he goes, he asked me, he goes, "What'd you do, honey?" And and I said,
A few too many Cheetos in that
uh,
in the cab of his.
"That's
Is that
too
right?
many Marlboros, too many red Marlboros is what he had."
Motherfucker was unfiltered, wasn't he?
No filter, baby. He back old school. He back in the old school days.
Did he?
And
Do you think he used to? Did you think he rolled down the window, or do you think he's more of a hey, I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep it all in to
I'm gonna
myself.
keep all the smoke in, baby, because he
Oh,
smelled
there
like
you
a
go.
pack. He
There you
smelled
go.
like a pack of cigs. God love him, but he's a trucker. Love our truckers. Get
Love
our
it.
get our stuff to us.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. So,
Yep.
did you get admitted and he was in the next was he next to you in the waiting room
He was next to
or
me in the waiting room, and he was hacking up a good lung. I'm surprised he still has a lung, at this point in life. But he was breathing.
oh shit.
Yep. Yep. And he was wearing a Magna hat. I'm like, oh my
A
God.
Magda? You mean a MAGA hat?
Whatever that MAGNA, Magna, make our country great
Girl,
again.
you cannot fucking spell or read. What are you, MAGA, MAGA and GN? What the
It's
hell?
not maggot, it's maggot.
No. No. No.
Maggot. Maggot.
MAGA, girl. Oh, good God. You did
Oh,
finish.
good.
You know what? I used to work with this lady who used to preface some of her stories about her friend and said that she used to say, "I promise you, she finished high school. I promise you, she finished high school." So I'm about to tell you a story about this lady who I promise you, she finished high school. Uh, so just so our everyone who's listening to this, Kathy did finish high school and she did finish college,
I
and
did. Yes, I
yes,
did.
so
Yes,
so
I
it is
did.
MAGA. So yeah, so that's how it is. Not Megan, it's not Magon or whatever the hell you were trying to
Or
spell, girl.
maggot. Maggot.
Maggot. Good God, girl. Going back to Patty's. Good God.
Good.
Oh, hot dog. Yeah. So you're sitting next to a MAGA, MAGA guy, and a truck driver who's smoking Marlboros, who's probably maybe a carton away from death.
Right.
Then you did you go back to the room and then what else
I
happened?
I had to say I had to bid myself adieu because I was called back, and I said, "Keep America going, keep America trucking, brother."
Hey, there we
And he
go.
and he gave me a fist pump, and then he
Did he give
started
you
walking.
a fist pump or did he do like a trucker pump?
I was more like a trucker pump. I'm more like
There you go, like
honk
up and
honk.
down with the elbow, honk honk kind of thing. That's right, baby. He's ready to get back out there and smash them miles and create smiles on the road. That's right, baby. That's right. Oh shit. So you get back there, you leave the MAGA trucker guy back there, and then now you're waiting to be seen. All right. So tell everybody what's going through there. So you're sitting on the table. I know you called me and you're like, what the fuck, these people, I'm still not in this room. What's going on? So you get back there, and then the nurse says, good God, who do I got right now? And then
Exactly what she said, and I said, "I'm 63 years old, and I tried to do a cartwheel," and she about Peter Pants. She about Peter Pants. So then she hiked my foot up on the X-ray, took a couple X-rays, and then I sat there for a while, and then the doctor comes in and he goes, "Well, good news. You don't have a sprain or a fracture or broken." Okay,
well, hey,
okay. And he goes, "Do you
that's
need
good.
any
I
pain
mean,
medication?"
hey,
I said, "Yeah, yeah." And I already had pain medication for my sciatica.
Now, I will preface this part of the story. My sister is not a drug addict.
No,
A she just has some pain meds available to her from a previous injury. So there is
that would
no
be
she.
sciatica.
It's called and sciatica ain't no bullshit,
It
man.
ain't no bullshit, folks. When you got the sciatica, my heart goes out to you because it
Oh,
is no joke.
I've
No
heard. I've
joke.
heard what it goes from like your butt all the way down your leg kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh shit, that sucks.
It is awful.
So
It's
y so
awful.
you're so you're in there with the doctor. The doctor says, "Hey, man, do you need any pain meds?" You say, "Hey, I don't need any kind of pain meds."
That's
It
exactly what I said. He kind of started laughing. He's like, "Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're good to go." So I went.
okay. So I gotta imagine that doctor's face was like, "Well, she's been here before. She's been through a few tussles or two in a time in her life. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
she's doing all right. She's doing all
Yeah.
right."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was doing just fine. Came home, popped a few, and out went the light.
Out went the lights.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
yes,
So,
sir.
so the diagnosis again for those of us who were laughing, it was what, a sprain? Is that what they said?
It was, yeah. They didn't even say a sprain. There was nothing wrong. It's like gimp out of there in pain, man. I'm like crawling. I'm crawling to my car because it hurts so bad to walk on it.
Wait a minute. What kind of hospital doesn't even give you a fucking wheelchair to the door?
Well, I got a wheelchair into the room, and then when I heard it wasn't broken, they said, "Fuck it, don't give her a wheelchair. She can make it out on her own."
On their own. So no wheelchair on the way out. Is that
No,
right?
only on the way in, brother.
Oh shit. Oh man,
Only on
that's
the
a broke
way
ass
in.
hospital. They
They're
figured if
actually,
she gives her way in here, she ain't bullshitting. She can get her ass out. Well, was it? What time of day was this? Is this second shift, third
no,
shift?
it was actually in the afternoon.
Oh
So,
shit! Second shift smoke break.
yeah,
They had just had it. I bet. And you're like, I ain't willing this. I ain't willing this big boned mama out there. I ain't willing that bullshit. That's what fucking Nurse Donnie said, or Nurse Rhonda
yeah,
said.
actually, it was a Nurse Donnie, cute little Nurse Donnie. He looked about 19 or 20.
And he probably was what, weighing 100 meth, or what was he?
Probably 100, but 125.
Yeah, he said, I wheeling this big bone mama. My I just got on this shift, man. My insurance hadn't kicked in. I ain't about to bust my back on this shit. Hey man, hey man, I haven't met my deductible yet. Fuck all this.
Huh.
Oh, now she's about to go into one of her
Okay, I
coffee
about
fits.
busted a lung, but I'm okay.
Oh shit, that's fucking awesome. Oh my goodness. Well, for those who are just joining us, we've got Kathy, 63-year-old big bone mama, going doing a cartwheel to try to prove her daughter wrong,
Right,
and ends up in the hospital,
right.
next to MAGA trucker Ronnie. uh, Gets back to fucking second shift Donnie, nurse, and fucking doctor says, "Hey, you need some pain med?" No, I got him. I'm covered. I got him in alphabetical order at home. We're good to go. Is that about right for those folks in Southern
That's
Indiana
about right. You
somewhere?
got it covered. You got it covered, brother.
Oh shit. Well,
That's good. That was a good one.
I
That's one
mean,
for the books.
that's
That's
one for the
one for when
book.
I'm in the home.
That's right.
Well, actually, that'll be a story for me down by the river, and then when you get your kids grown and gone, then you come on down by the river.
I'll pull up my van down by that damn river, girl. Hot damn, you better believe that shit. Oh,
Right.
oh man.
That's
So
exactly right. Yes,
one of the
sir.
for those who oh shit for those uh who want to know a little further why we started this podcast is like we just want to catch in. We're in two different locations, and the other thing is, man, time goes by so damn fast. So we wanted to just kind of record some conversations we have between us siblings, and for whatever reason, if any of our future or grandchildren or whatever find this funny, hey man, we had a good ass time. But I'll tell you what, life's too damn short, and that's another reason why we're just
Life is too short. And actually, how it started is my brother Mark and I were on a very very lovely plane ride down to White Trash or Us plane travels airline. Well, no, it was White Trash Airlines.
hell yeah, it
We
was. Oh man, they didn't give you water for free. Those motherfuckers didn't even give you water. We won't trash the name of the airline just in case they want to sponsor us. And again, if they wanted to sponsor us, they can send an email to gvmc.podcast@gmail.com. So it started. We went.
so yeah, and on the good old White Trash Airlines, the seat did not recline because I asked the stewardess. I said, "Hey, how do I get this seat reclined?" She goes, "It doesn't recline." I'm like, "It
Thanks,
doesn't
bitch.
recline."
Golly, come on.
So the whole
Oh,
way down to Tampa to see our sister, we're laughing and cutting up like we were on drugs or something, but we weren't. We were just
we were
slap
just
happy to be
slap.
the hell
It
out of the
was like at
Midwest.
like 3 in the. It was like we got there at like 4:30 in the morning, and we're going to see our soul sister Sandy down in South Florida, and we're just cutting it up and we're talking shit, and then we tell our soul sister Sandy the situation. We're going
We're
down there for
just
a couple,
laughing, laughing,
laughing our
laughing,
ass
laughing.
off and touching and telling stories and all this bullshit, and we're telling Sandy about this, and and she's like, "Man, you guys ought to do a podcast." And we're like, "Well, what the hell? Why not? We ain't got nothing else to do. We ain't got kids, grandbabies, work. What the hell?" And so that's another reason why we started this thing.
So
Uh, so yeah, man, go ahead.
we're just out here having fun. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
we've got stories
We
upon
got.
stories upon stories.
Oh, speaking of stories. Speaking of stories. This is what the part of the show where we'll refer to it as the white trash story time, right? Okay. Now these are really true. These are actual true life stories that we have encountered that are crazier than fiction that you wouldn't even fucking believe, but they're absolutely 100% true. I promise you that. So we want to start off with this first white trash story time with how Kathy got robbed inside, not in the parking lot, not in the fucking parking lot, but inside a Cricket wireless store. So for those who don't know, there's a wireless provider for cell phones called Cricket. All right. And Cricket, and then Cricket, if you want to sponsor us, send
Yeah, I only
send it
got robbed. You only owe me $10.
send an email to gvmc.podcast at
Along with a
gmail.com.
check for
Yeah,
$10.
as long as that check for $10. So Kathy is on Cricket Wireless, okay? And so Kathy, let's set the stage. Now, you're on your way to Cricket Wireless, and what are
On
you
the
thinking?
bus,
On the bus, not driving a car, on the fucking bus, all
because I
right?
had no car.
At the time, she had no car, all right? So
Right.
she's on the bus, and tell us about your bus experience to the Cricket Wireless store.
All right. Well, here I am on the bus to Cricket. Cricket, by the way, is a good carrier service. It's just that they still owe me $10 for the bill pay. But anyway, so I'm on the bus. I'm like, man, I got this $10 to get. This is my last $10 until payday in 3 days. My phone's about ready to go out. So Cricket had this bridge pay set up where you could make $10 and they would keep it going for another week. So I'm like, all right, cool, cool. I got my $10. So I'm walking into the Cricket store and there's two people in front of me. I'm like, all right, let's just go because I'm gonna go get this done. Then I want to get back on my bus and go back to my apartment.
How long was the bus ride
The
over to
bus
Cricket
ride was
Wireless?
about a good 15 minutes, you know.
Okay,
So
okay, so not terribly far
no, not too terribly
to the
long.
Cricket store.
So I'm standing there and all of a sudden I hear a guy say, "Put him up." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What?" So I turned around and looked at this guy. This guy had a huge motherfucking, I don't know what it was, a Magnum or one of these big ass black guns. And I just looked at him. I said, and I did say, "You have got to be fucking kidding me." And he just looked at me and pointed the gun at me and said, "Give me all your money." I started laughing. I actually started laughing. I said, "Dude, I got $10 to my name. You take this $10 and I'm not going to be able to pay my phone. I want your money. Everybody give me your money." And I'm like, "Fuck." So I just threw it at him, right? So he said, "Pick that up and give it to me." I'm like, "Fuck no, you want it, you get it." So he, he pointed the gun right at my head and said, "Pick it up." And I said, "Okay." So I picked it up. And then he said everybody else was giving their money. Then he goes, "Okay, everybody, lay down on the ground on the back of the counter." I'm like, mother, and I got bad knees, right? So I'm like, fuck me. So we get down on the ground
Oh
and
shit.
we don't hear anything for a minute. I go, "What the?" And I'm just cussing up a storm, and everybody's going, "Shut up!" I go, "He's probably fucking gone by now." So I popped my head up, which, was probably the smartest thing, but he was gone. Gone, gone.
You spelled
So
that
I
one
get,
right? That's a good
so I told the cricket guy, I'm like, "Hey, well, I can't call 911 because y'all are going to disconnect me."
one.
We called 911 and a really nice police lady came out. And I think that's when the shock
Wait,
of
wait, wait,
everything.
wait, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. So after the dude fucking leaves, you say to the guy, I can't call because you
Right,
disconnect me. Okay. Okay.
right. Because my phone was getting ready to be disconnected. And then because I didn't have that fucking $10 to pay. And then I even asked him, I said, "Well, can you just, say I paid you the $10?" "No, that's not our policy." I said, "So it's our policy to get robbed. Is that right?" "Well, that's not funny." I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's
Oh
funny,
shit, it's
fucker." God. Oh my God. It was unreal. It was just unreal. It's just Who the fuck gets robbed at a cricket store? And people at cricket that go to cricket don't have a whole lot of money. So what they do get, they get the cricket because cricket is the one of the better carriers that I have found.
Oh
I've been with
shit.
them for years, love them. And again, her Cricket, if you'd like to send me that $10, that would be awesome.
Oh man. Oh shit. So after the robbery, the police come to the store.
Yep.
You're and they're probably what taking notes of like
Yeah.
the description of the guy, like
Yeah.
height, weight, what he looked like, tattoos, all that
Yeah.
fun stuff,
Oh,
right?
oh, and here's the kicker. They didn't have any cameras. The Cricket store didn't have any cameras. 'Cause they even asked, "Well, do you got a camera we can see?" And the guy goes, "Well, yeah, we had one, but
They had
someone
one.
took
They had
some
one.
had one and someone took it." Someone took the
Man, bigger story here. I never heard this part. I think the
no
bigger story is somebody. Oh shit! Somebody stole the one and only
camera from the Cricket store. Stole it from the Cricket store.
Oh, he had one, but somebody stole.
Stole it from the Cricket store. So, yeah.
Just have one, one,
Right.
one cat.
Right, and the store actually, the store next to him was a Huff and Puff store where they're selling, like, THC, and those guys had a camera right on them.
Oh, I bet they did.
They had all kind your grinders for your marijuana
Right.
and your rolling papers and your vapes and, your
Oh,
gummies.
I bet they had multiple cameras.
They probably did, but none pointed at the cricket
Because they would think who would want to rob the inside of a cricket lab?
cricket store. Fuck would do that? Seriously,
Oh,
hopefully the guy, I don't know. Hopefully the man, well, they probably never caught him, but I
uh,
hope he's able out there doing some good somewhere.
man. Oh my God.
But if the man who robbed me would like to send me my $10, you can
You know where
send it
he you know where he can send it to, Kathy?
tell him, Mark. Tell him
He
where
can
they can
send it
send it.
to GVMC. That's Gorilla Victor Michael Charlie o dot podcast at gmail.com.
That's
Oh
right.
my goodness. That is
I'm
amazing. So
Yes, sir.
so so did when you were in there, did the like store manager say like, "Hey, I'm sorry." Uh
No! Nothing. That guy was just he was shitting his pants. He's like, "Man, I know what I'm gonna tell my boss." I'm like, "Well, I guess tell him you got robbed." I mean, that's all you can say.
he didn't even say like, "Hey, I'm sorry you all had to
No,
experience this. Here's a $50 credit to your
no,
account."
nothing, 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 motherfucker, nothing, nothing. It was awful. It was just
Oh
awful.
my goodness.
And then the
Uh,
reality of it set in when I got back home. I'm like, "Holy shit!" Because what happened is I turned into our mother, the smartass queen of all, and said and looked at him like, "Who do you think you are? Who do you belong to?"
who do
That was
you
another one
belong
of her
to?
saying, "You belong to." She
Oh
got a
my
lot of
god.
isms. She had a lot of oh God, she had a lot.
Oh, she had a ton. And oh my goodness. So they didn't even so like even so you get home, you take the bus, they didn't even give you bus fare back.
No,
They had
I had a ticket. I had a return
a
ticket. So I was
return
like,
ticket, so
I
you were
didn't
good.
happen to give him my return ticket.
Oh, well, there you go. Because they weren't handing out free Ubers back to the
No, not back in that time. Nope. That was about a
oh,
good 10 years ago. Yeah.
oh
Mhm.
my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, and so you get back, you're kind of like, what the fuck? You're trying to figure all this out. Cricket, does Cricket reach out to you and say,
No, not at all.
not at all?
Nope, not at all.
Damn.
And again, Cricket, if you
If you want to sponsor this podcast, send us some swag. We'll be more than happy to go into another Cricket store. Maybe we can even do the show from a from a Cricket wireless store. Hopefully, not get robbed. And and so that we can, make amends. You can send a note to gvmc.podcast@gmail.com, and we love to come by and maybe go to that same store with some armed security out front, and maybe one or maybe two cameras. I don't know, to help with crime. But oh my goodness, man! Oh my goodness.
Yep. And so ends the saga of getting robbed.
I just can't believe like nobody offered you guys
Nothing. They didn't offer
hey, a month
anything.
free,
Nope.
$20 gift card,
Nothing.
betterhelp.com or anything, like just
Sorry
anything
on your luck.
on your bill, nothing, huh?
Nothing. It's just more sorry on your luck. When can you get us that bridge pay or we're gonna disconnect?
We're going to turn man, that's fucked. That's fucked.
I
Oh,
know. I know. It's
man.
awful. But
Well,
I live to tell the tale. That's what I'm grateful for. I live to tell the tale.
Well, yeah, I am glad that you are here. We're able to laugh about it now,
Right.
and
Right.
no one has been shot. No
No
one
one was shot.
has been uh, has been negatively or super negatively affected by it all. So, what does your granddaughter say? Really bad decision, but it makes for a good story.
That's exactly what she said. Say it one more time so all can hear. She's only 7.
And she says, "Hey, that wasn't a good decision, but it probably made for a good story."
Hey, we
Oh,
got we got to share a story real quick on the David. We got a lot of good David stories. Tell the story of the Allstate story.
you'll love this. So this is back in the 80-ish something. And there's 8 kids of us. We're all trying to grind through life and the obstacles of daily living and the projects. And so, one of my other sisters, who I won't mention here, she, newly got her license and got into a little, or someone hit her in a car accident. I don't know whose fault it was at this point. Well, let's just say it's nobody's fault. Well, anyway, we have in this car, by the way, this car.
Tell them the type of the car.
Oh, it was a mid to early 1980s red hatchback. And I'm talking about hatchback. For those who don't know, maybe too young to understand what a hatchback is. It is the poor white trash version of I guess to look outside to the world and see free as a bird, but it still comes off the back of your trunk. It's basically a trunk uh with a big ass window in it, because this thing just kind of had an angle to it. It was a 19 mid 8 it was about a 1985, 86, maybe 87. Let's get rowdy with it. It was a Ford Escort, and it is a nice red hatchback 4-door Escort. And so for those of you who don't know, it's basically a cockroach with 4 wheels. At least the one that we had. It was pretty gnarly. And so it
And
had
why was it gnarly? Because how many people were fitting in that
Oh,
thing at
it
one
was a
time?
fucking clown car. We had literally 8 of us fitting in during the summers when we're going to jobs. There were fucking 8 of us. Me in the middle. I had to sit in the middle because I was, the smallest, and we're just hopping along. I didn't have a seatbelt on, none of that shit. And we're just, trying to, we got one of the sisters is driving, the other 7 or 6 of them to the job site, and we're all just smashed in there, and I mean, it looked like, and again, we're not the smallest people, so it was tough. There was people sitting on laps, kind of thing. it wasn't comfortable. And my little ass, I thought I was adventurous. I sat in the way back of the hatchback and I looked out and played GI Joes and shit, or GI
Yeah.
Bros, because they were fucking the alternative. It was like the ones we got at the dollar store that weren't really GI Joes, but they were like GI Bros or whatever the hell they were. And so, and so imagine you're sitting in the slant hatchback, you're loving life, thinking life's great. And so there's an accident that happens, and part of the front bumper comes off during this accident. And imagine, now let's kind of set the stage of this. This glorious red mid 1980s Ford Escort hatchback had a somewhat intentional racing stripe down the side of it that made it look just a tad bit quote unquote cooler, but not really, because the fucking paint was coming off in different places, and it wasn't the most glorious of vehicles. But anyway, so the front bumper's hanging off, right? The front bumper's hanging off, kind of like I don't know, a loose tooth hanging off a broke ass jaw that you have. I mean, it's just hanging. It's just hanging like by like strings. And at the time, we had let's just say a carrier by the name of Allstate. Allstate, if you wanna,
Not
if you
sue
want
us.
not sue us, then don't email us shit. So so we at Allstate, we file the claim, call up the people, talk to maybe Brenda in Omaha or wherever the fuck, and say, "Hey, Brenda, what's going on? We got a fucking claim here. There's a fucking front bumper that's just hanging on by a thread." And she's like, "Oh, well, send me the incident report." And so we send the incident report, all that shit. Well, guess what? Allstate said, "Go fuck yourself." They They said, "No, we're not paying for that shit. You're at the broke ass low minute, like you're at the I'm not going to jail kind of insurance payment to, to keep that Roach Mobile going." So they're like, yeah, well, it's kind of we'll just call it a no fault." We're like, "Fuck you, it's nobody's fault. It's somebody's fault. It wasn't our fucking fault." And so my brother Dave, God rest his soul, he's up in that big double wide in the sky with our mother. And he says, "Oh, well, this is some bullshit." So what does he do? He takes some government cheese markers and a paper from the high school notebook there, and writes multiple times on these pieces of paper, "Allstate won't pay. Allstate won't pay." And then what does he proceed to do? Kathy, I don't know how. Amongst all the shit that we didn't have, we always seem to have duct tape. I mean, and I don't know how the hell we had duct tape, but we didn't have maybe eggs, but we had
A
duct tape.
duct tape. Duct
So,
tape you can use for a lot
oh,
of
we
things.
use that for keeping beds together, keeping bikes together. I mean, we're all seeing better days now, but man, we use that duct tape for fucking it. We use duct tape to lock up the door sometimes at night when the old crackhead weirdos be banging on the fucking door. Just for extra mental protection. That's time for another story, because that one's a wild one. Anyway, so Dave takes his fucking duct tape and these multiple pieces of paper, and he wraps them around the fucking hood that's literally hanging on by a salad shooter tooth that's fucking just hanging on for dear life. Sometimes if we go over bumps, we're scraping the fucking thing, creating little sparks. Hopefully our car doesn't catch on fire. So he wraps the signs all across down the bumper. It says "Allstate won't pay, Allstate won't pay," all up and down the bumper. And we're going from here to there and everywhere, dropping people off like fucking a clown car, drop people off at fucking school and work and whatever. Allstate won't pay, and it almost becomes, Kathy, like that MAGA or Megan MAGA trucker hat. People were doing the old fist bump with the elbow going up and down. Yeah, fuck Allstate. and it almost came a badge of pride. And Dave fucking loved it so much that he would literally, while he was driving and somebody would do it, he'd honk the horn and give him a double fist bump back with the elbow going up and down out the window. It's like, yeah, fuck them dudes, yeah, woo. So they still didn't ever pay. And then one time, and so we're driving along again one morning, and that thing's hanging on like, man, a bad piece of lettuce inside your teeth. It's just hanging in there. And so we're going to drop people off on the fucking car or in the summertime, and we hit a big old bump. And that bumper, man, it fucking like catapulted from the left side, flew off to the right side of the road. Like it was a fucking frisbee. I mean, the thing, I don't know how it did. It went ping, and it fucking just flew off like 20 feet off the side of the road. And so we're on a we're on a two fucking lane road. And I shit you not, Dave pulls over. Hey man, we got to get that bumper back. And so we're like, all right. So we're kind of, we're walking along, and there's fucking 8 of us. We got like some sisters are working in the office, so they're, it's hot. They got their makeup on. Like, what's this bullshit? I gotta get to work. And Dave's just hell bent on getting his bumper back. So, cause he's like, man, we ain't leaving without that bumper. And so, and so I'm like, oh shit. So I'm playing Mr. MacGyver. We're walking down the road, and me and him are looking at it. It's kind of in this kind of on the side of the road and kind of like a little culvert, if you will, a little ditch. And so he goes, "Hey man, I found it." And he's like, "Mark, help me with it." I go, "Okay." So he gets one end, I get the other end, and I'm thinking, okay, how are we gonna fit this thing in our car? We don't have our duct tape with us. We're not gonna attach this damn thing. We're not gonna attach this damn thing back to this glorious cockroach mobile. And so what does he do? He goes, well, fuck it, we're gonna have to lift that hatch up and just throw it in the back. So he throws up the hatchback. The glorious window that's in the back goes up, puts it in there. He goes, "Hey, Mark, just sit on the bumper so it doesn't fall out." And I'm thinking, "Woohoo!" I'm thinking air conditioning, baby. I got wind back there. And so again, there's 8 kids in this fucking 4-door, and you can even look it up, a 4-door hatchback Ford Escort, and I'm in the back sitting on this bumper that's hanging out uh, of the hatchback, and we're riding along, and it's bumping along. I'm thinking, woo! And everybody's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be late for work. I need that $3.50 an hour, $3.50.
Right.
Hey man, I can't be waiting on this damn bumper. I gotta get to work. And so we finally get everybody to work, and drop David off. He was working at a construction site, and it was me and Sandy, another sister who I won't name. I don't know if she'll give us legal approval to say what her name is and all this. So so we get back there, and we get back to the projects where we're living, and I'm thinking, well, what the hell am I going to do with this thing? And Sandy says, well, we better get it out of the back, because somebody might try to steal it in our car. And I'm looking at her stealing our fucking car, no bumper. This thing's hanging out the back. I mean, so this is how desperate people were. You're gonna steal our fucking car. And so I'm like, all right, all right, all right. So I help her. We get it into the little apartment, and then Dave gets home, opens the door. First thing he says is, "Hey man, where's the duct tape at?" And I go, "Oh, I think it's up in your room, Dave. It's where you keep all the layers of duct tape that we seem to have mysteriously, and may or may not came off of that construction site you were at. I don't know, but the rolls of duct tape he had. He's like, all right, Mark, come on, we're gonna try to fix this damn thing. So what do? We take the damn bumper and try to duct tape that damn thing back to the old 4-door hatchback. And I'm telling you, we took the thing and we wrapped it around the entire fucking car, and kept rapping it and rapping it. It was like it was a game. And then he's like, "Oh shit, we can't open these doors if we're rapping it." So he takes his another thing he had. I don't know how he had. Somebody gave it to him. Probably it was a fucking like Rambo knife. He takes it had a fucking little compass on the end of on the handle end, and then inside of it it had like a little flint thing where you could stroke like spark a fire, and then like this little like wire thing that you could use with your fingers to cut off little limbs. But I thought it was the coolest thing. It was a fucking Rambo knife. So anyway, he takes his Rambo knife and where the door hinges were on all of them, he fucking slices the door hinge on it. And picture this: you've got a cockroach mobile, red four-door Escort with a racing kind of red stripe going around it, and then to make it even classier, you have fucking duct tape on top of that shit to try to keep it, try to. So we just open the door up. So this thing is literally being held by the fucking duct tape from like the front quarter
Shit.
panel to around the side of the front and to the other quarter panel where the door met the quarter panel and the hinge and opened it up. And so I shit you not, it's probably like 2 or 3 days later. We're bouncing along with no shocks or broken ass shocks. And wouldn't you know, that fucking thing was held up pretty good. It
That's
held up pretty damn good. And so we're riding along, and I was probably like, I don't know, my sense of timing at that time, at age was all fucking. I don't remember. I'm gonna say like a month. It could have been a week. Hell, I don't remember. But man, wouldn't you know, one morning we're all in there and we're going through, listen to our AM FM radio with the glorious manual turnstile buttons. For those who don't know what that is, you can do the
right.
Googles and check that out. Turning the fucking radio station, Dave looks down, turns it to the old hard rock station that he loved, and so we're cruising along to maybe some Def Leppard or whatever, and we hit a big old bounce, and fuck, that thing goes off, man. And what do? It doesn't go flying left or right. We just fucking drive over that thing. And so we're going, and I'm in the back, the far fucking back with the hatchback, and I flop up, and I hit my head on the fucking window in the far back of the hatchback. And so that motherfucker's like, well, shit, we duct tape it, fuck it, we're just gonna keep going. Because some of our lovely sisters were like, I gotta get to work, man. I need that money. Fuck this bullshit. And so we just keep going. And so I hit my head, and then I look out the back, and that bumper is just hitting about 4 or 5 cars right behind us. They're driving over it. It's like a fucking bumper. They're like, and then Sandy's like, what if other people try to make us pay for their shit? Like they're hitting our, like, she's innocent Sandy doing her thing. And Dave goes without it missing a beat. Well, fuck that shit. We ain't got any money, so they can't come after us for shit. And Kathy's doing her cough break. She does not do the menthol maga, so she's just coughing and hacking. Oh, and he just kept on trucking, baby. He just kept on
Keep
trucking.
on trucking, brother.
Oh shit. So yeah, man. So that was the lovely Allstate won't pay story. Of good old
Love that story.
1987, 88, I don't know, 86, I don't remember. It all fucking 80s just all blended together.
And then
So
Dave goes, well, we don't got no money anyway,
yeah,
so
fuck
fuck
that
it.
bullshit. We ain't got any money. You can't get any money from us anyway.
Or another one would be just stand in line, take a number because you ain't getting shit.
Take a number, 'cause we ain't got shit.
You ain't got it.
Oh,
No
oh
can do.
shit.
No
Oh
can
shit.
do. No
Oh
can
shit.
do.
Oh
Yeah, that
man.
was a good one.
So
We got a lot of good
we got
Dave
a lot of good
stories.
stories. So hey, check out this episode, and tell your friends, your family, and anybody else you
Right.
want to have a good laugh. Again, it's all in good fun. we're on the other side of some interesting times, and want to share those with you to have some good times because at the end of the day, man, the
And
sun's
if
gonna
you
come out
have any
tomorrow.
stories that you want us to share on the,
Oh fuck yeah! Oh
yeah,
yeah!
then where do they send it to, Mark?
They send it to gvmc.podcast@gmail.com. And again, we're sponsored by absolutely fucking nobody. So if you want to sponsor us, please, please, please hit that like, subscribe, and share buttons all over wherever the podcast world you're seeing us
And
at. And
also, if you
and to
want your name to be
wrap this
read
up again,
on
the
air
good
or
God
not,
vibes. We want the good God story. We wanna send out all the good God vibes to all, and just know that man, you hopefully got some laughs, and tomorrow it's gonna be a better day. So for the Government Cheese Podcast, this is Mark and Kathy. Who are you? Who? What's your name, girl? That's Kathy. I don't know what she did. She's hacking up a lung, but Kathy is with us. And again, good vibes to all. We'll talk another time. See ya.